Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Pivoting to Web3 podcast. And today we have Viktoriia Miracle. And Viktoriia has an outstanding background that I don't even want to venture to introduce her. I really prefer her to introduce herself, as I have so many of my other guests. So, Viktoriia, welcome to Pivoting to Web3. How are you doing today?
Hi, Donna. And thanks for everybody for tuning in and doing really well. It's a beautiful, beautiful day here in California, and no complaints always. And yes, my background, I've been in business since I was 17 and had many not Web3, not online businesses as well before I pivoted to online, which happened 7 years ago. And I ran my marketing agency before. I was also a podcaster. It was top 3 podcasts and top 3% in the world. And after that, I've started hearing more and more and more about Web3. And I decided to move my career to that path as well, not just investments. And since then, it's been a couple of years that I've been working closely with the startups on very early stages, like on seed stages. I've been doing a lot of marketing and supporting them and bringing some investors, so we're connecting them with investors. And once I found Cheelee at the company that I'm a chief communication officer at this moment, I decided to join the team full time. And Cheelee is a social media app, short video content platform.
Yes, I was looking at that. Tell us a little bit about Cheelee. It seemed very exciting, very rejuvenating, just the way it appeals in Apple and everything. Tell us about Cheelee exactly.
Yeah, so Cheelee is a social media short video content platform. If you think about TikTok, it's very similar user experience like on TikTok, but the difference is that we are all on the blockchain, and our mission is to provide everybody opportunity to monetize their time on social media. And why we're able to do this and how is because we're on the blockchain and we reward them with the tokens. And we launched officially in April. And since then, I think now, as of this week, we have over 1.1 million users.
Wow, that's a lot of users. How did you end up choosing which blockchain are you on? Are you on BNB or
Yeah.
BNB? How did you end up choosing BNB? What was it that
Yeah, so
attracted
like
you to
2
them?
years ago, so our team actually been working, I will give you a little background, on a different social media app in part of it, like CIS region, Europe. But it was limited to Russian language only. And then they realized, oh my God, like we're missing up the whole world, and we wanted to provide, opportunity to monetize everybody time on social media, despite the numbers of subscribers, not only if you're content creator, but also if you're user. And they added a blockchain component to it. So we started working on it like 2 years ago, maybe like 2.5 years ago. And at that time, it was so, busy. It was so busy. There was so many layer twos and other blockchain just popping out like a popcorn everywhere. They were giving money to build on them. But our CEO Ruslan, he thought, it's not. When this is happening, you gotta take a look at the longer version because you're building company that is sustainable. And we kind of, I as well as I understand because I joined it only in July, but if you join something that is super new, there is a high chance that it's not going to survive. So we'll look at what has been on the market long time enough and what's going to stay. And Binance and BNB is not planning to leave Web3 market. And it's very small gas fees for your users because we have a lot of transactions. So we chose by BNB just based on that information.
So a couple of questions, because not everybody's familiar with Web3 and gas and everything else. Before you explain what gas is, can you tell us what makes it uniquely different because it's on a blockchain versus an app that's not on a blockchain?
Yeah. So when Web 1, we call it Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, you was only able to read, right? There was some stuff and you was only able to read. On Web 2, you was able to read and write. So you started creating pages, you started creating websites, you started creating stuff. On Web 3, you were able to read, write, and do the same thing, but you also able to own something that you create there or something that you buy on it. So, and also transferring between other, online users, between people. So that is a difference. And blockchain, well, like what I mentioned, gas, it means when you're sending a bank transfer to another bank, you're paying a fee, like in transfer fee. So that's the same on the blockchains. And I like to give this picture of explaining where we at in the blockchain for now. If you remember internet, if you're old enough to remember when it started.
Yeah, I am.
Internet in Los Angeles, you are, but for listeners that might be not, but they'll explain. Let's say in Los Angeles, what I will access, the information, will be very different from the information on Bahamas. So the blockchains wasn't connected to each other. So once they are, started to be connected to each other, now we have one world web, right? So right now in the blockchain, we at that stage where we still have different blockchains in the different parts, and they're not connected to each other. So to transfer different assets or also send assets inside of a blockchain, because you have to, it's like a bank, so you have to pay a little bit fees. Some blockchains now getting to the zero fees, but at this moment we still that blockchains are not really talking to each other. So there is, some fees associated with this as well. So to pay gas fee is basically, it's a transfer fee.
Okay.
Like in the bank system. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure that's going to help a lot of the users understand when you say gas. So one of my questions that I think a lot of listeners may have, were there any key obstacles or challenges that really were like, boy, how are we going to handle this? I didn't expect that. Is there anything that really stands out that you really had to overcome it as a challenge while going into the Cheelee Act as you were developing it? Or was it already developed when you found it?
There was definitely challenges. Well, on the technical side, incorporating blockchain, like we took our already, existing feed from the old app and some features from Web2, but the adding Web3 in general, it's pretty complicated because it's not that many developers still on the market.
Right.
And to find a good developers, it's also usually a big challenge. But our CPO, Yuri Cardonov, he ran before hackathons all around the world. So he knows a really good developers, so that we do have them. But it's also challenging, figuring out on how can we make payments for people seamless, so that when you're registering it, you don't have to get another wallet. It's all inside of the app. When you're getting NFT, you don't even read the words NFT. You're getting that asset on the back end, and you're owning it. And so then when you're buying that asset, right now, it's just, you can do it just through Apple Pay if you want to buy the glasses, and we'll talk about later. But when you want to buy them, you just do, you just double click, and it's all already on your account and just getting it through the card. Or when you're earning tokens, you wanted to exchange them to US dollars, right now, how that works is that you have to go to the exchange, and then from exchange, you can transfer it to bank. So what we're doing, and it's available in many countries, but not in every country yet, but we're rolling it out slowly as our team has a capacity to work on. Is that from the tokens that you earn, you're just able to send it to your card straight directly. So that challenges, that makes it Web3 complicated for everybody. And we want to make it very seamless for everyone. Not if you don't know nothing about Web3 and you're landing on our app, you won't even notice that much difference between just a regular social media, but you will get so much more because we are on the blockchain, and because you able to earn that tokens for spending your time by just simply watching videos.
Okay. So let me ask you this. At the end of the day, you mentioned getting the tokens. Do they win the tokens? They pay for the tokens? And what are they doing that they end up with the tokens? And after they get the tokens, is there any special treats or special access, or maybe a little bit more about Cheelee and the product and the features and the benefits for those that are listening that may be interested in checking it out and trying it? Can you paint us a picture? Or if they get on the app, what happens? What do they have to do? What's the process?
Yeah, absolutely. I can show if you would like to, or I can just
Sure, I think people were going to want to know about this. I know I
Oh, we're
do.
gonna
I
have
looked at
to-
it. I was like, okay, let's do that. You can share your screen.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so this is how the app looks. So it's Cheelee, right? It's Cheelee, and that's how my screen look.
Okay.
And so you go on a platform, and right, I don't know if you heard the sound or not, but can I mute the sound? So this is your account, right? When you go on account, and once you start watching videos, you just start watching videos.
So it's like
You can mute
TikTok,
the
like you
sound
said.
though, for some reason.
Right.
So can you hear the sound or no?
No, you have to.
Oh,
When you
good. So
share the
then,
screen,
fine.
you need to
So
click.
right here,
Mm-hmm.
so right here, you see how much you earn, and then once you're in the wallet,
Oh, okay.
you
Hold
have
on.
your wallet here, your balance, right? So you can see for watching feed, there's right simply for watching feed. For sometimes you're getting pop out some boxes with the free tokens, so you're getting earn them as well. And then leveling up means it's that is where when you earn, you go to the top of earn,
Yes.
right? I have my glasses here. This one is equipped, right? And I'm leveling up. That's right. You see leveling up. When you're leveling up, it's all gamified. So it's all for Gen Zs, it's for young generation as well as for everybody. But you either can play more in the game and earn a little bit more money. And we all explain that on our website. So it's not the, hidden information or anything. It's everything explains on the website, what to do and how to do. I have, when you're leveling up, you have like points, I can upgrade my, let's say, radar. Radar means I'll catch more random boxes, more chances to get more boxes. So it's more tokens, like I just leveled up a little bit. And that was, when I get show base, you see like I'm basically leveling it up. So it's gamified. So when you have that glasses and you can have like a few glasses, you see that it multiplies also your more of your income. So that's why I got, and the way you can get them, you go to the market right here, and then you can just buy. So the prices varies between $10, $45, it's like a $50 and $450. And that is determines how much you can earn. Because let's say in people in Philippines, spending $10, and that's why we rolled out this a little bit less expensive glasses as well. For America, that might not be a big difference, but you can just buy them here, right? I can just buy an Apple. I don't connect it. I think that my internet is not connected on the phone, but you can just buy it through Apple Play, right? To Apple phone. Yeah. So it's very simple. And then you have your own, glasses. That's the one that I got. And here you can see rewards, how much I earned. So one token is $2.6. So that's I have like $100. And I, sometimes I spend like 5 minutes. Sometimes I spend maybe 10 minutes on it. But I'm not like 3 hours social media user. But what we found that 60% of users, that's between 16 and 35, wants to be influencers. So Gen Z spend about 4 hours a day on social media networks.
Okay.
Imagine, and they get nothing but the feeling of wasted time. That's all they got. Right. So then you see it works really fast.
Yeah.
You see? And then that's it. You have the likes, you have the comments, you have the share, you have different, like your account, you have a little bit of a feed, and you can share that, let's say.
With that said, hopefully that gives those that are looking at the video some insight, and those that are not, they can hear the uniqueness of Cheelee. When you think about everything that you've explored, you invested in, or you've observed in some of your portfolios and how you ended up in Cheelee, is there anything that you notice, or are there any trends or anything that you think we all need to be thinking about, saying, I wonder if we really should be going this direction as humanity, or as a society? Or is there something that keeps you up at night that you're concerned about or think about, like, I don't know if this is going to be the best thing going from a
Oh,
society standpoint?
yeah. So for me personally, it's been always a waste of time. I'm a crazy efficient freak and productive freak. I've been teaching productivity for women entrepreneurs before. And, when I found Cheelee, I thought that is so smart. I mean, sharing revenue from advertisers to users as well, because if you think about it, when on the social media networks, where they're getting money from?
Hmm.
Advertisers. Why advertisers pay their money? It's because they want to have eyeballs, they want to have people's attention on their ads.
Right.
But all networks right now, social media like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, they're only rewarding content creators. And this is unfair because the product is really people, because the advertiser is looking for people, not for content creators. Of course, they're very important too. In the ecosystem, we get to have more content to have people, but the people is the one that they're paying for. So, and it kills me when people wasting their time on social media. And we all guilty of that. There's a
Hmm.
one or another social media everybody likes, maybe it's
Right.
Facebook,
Right.
maybe it's other ones.
Right.
And it's just, I think it's amazing how you can teach your kids, your friends, your sisters and brothers from the early age on in experiential way, that you get to be rewarded for your time, that you get to don't spend your time for nothing, right? So I think what Cheelee does, it's teaching in very experiential way, educating kids on why they don't need to spend that much time for nothing on social media. They can get rewarded for it. And also our app, have a mission is to add in the future more of educational content, so that it's not just also entertainment and a waste of time, which is fun, which is great. We all go for social media for entertainment, to social media for entertainment.
Hmm.
But if you can add, and I've been the biggest, raver in the company for that, let's add more educational content. Let's add a different feed where you can just watch educational content. Then you will get me for, I'll spend my time for free on it because I wanted to learn. So either you get to have value in the, monetary form, or value in knowledgeable form.
In
So I
learning.
think that's very important.
Yeah, I believe in learning. I'm a long-term learner.
Yeah.
I was still in school even as of this past year. That's really how I came into this
Oh my
space.
God. What did you
Um,
study?
I studied blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and
Oh,
emerging trends at Berkeley in July. And then in
that
20
is impressive.
2020, thank you, in Kellogg, that's when I did the AI and data analytics and machining. Now, I was just trying to pass the time because it was a pandemic. Who knew all of this would come together? And then old
You
girl
on
who's been
trend.
hanging around for decades on the earth is going to do a podcast and try to tell everybody what she learned in a nice way, and plus still keep learning. So meeting people like you and your app and your business and your expertise and background, and learning so many different areas and sectors about blockchain and crypto during the podcast, I'm learning myself along with my audience. So it's been really a great thing and a lot of fun. So, with this said, I really think the application on the learning side is really a good idea, because I think there's a need for it in today's world, where people are really looking for facts and they're really looking for information they could use. And that would be a really nice twist to have, like, an education channel or something like that. So, are there others like you in your, when I say like you, your product, your Cheelee, the application is probably the correct term. Are
Mhm.
there other applications that are as successful as yours, or do you have competitors, or right now are you unique? You're the leader, you're the cutting edge in that space.
Yeah, TikTok is our biggest competitor because everybody's on TikTok. Yeah, but there are a couple apps. They are not big. It's really hard to grow in also in the Web3, like to make it experience very easy. So then
Hmm.
people come in and they don't get frustration with the just
Hmm.
learning how to use the app. So yeah, there was a couple. They're starting, they're dying. the new starting all the time, of course, as well.
Mhm.
But our biggest competitor is TikTok for sure.
So what about the privacy concerns and security
Mhm.
concerns? What are the benefits in being in blockchain versus a regular platform? Can you speak to that at all before we close?
Yeah, you don't own anything, right? If you don't earn anything, you don't own anything. They can block you for no reason because it's so centralized. We're not decentralized in this way, but we are adapting it to be moderated in a way that is fair, and there is no hate speech. There is no, like naked content, I would say, or
Mhm.
whatever is that. Our AI department working on it. We also, we have like 5 people in our AI department only, like working on the feed, working on getting the content out that is very aggressive or so I think social media have to be a safe space because the younger people using it, and it's very easy to change their psychology with it.
Right.
So, and we all thinking about that in our company, and we wanted to make this world more happy, not more depressed. It's like when TikTok came out,
Mhm.
there was a huge lawsuit against them about the depression that people were like the kids were killing themselves. I think it's just a huge epidemic, and they were caught up in their own algorithms because they didn't think about
Mm.
it. So
Mhm.
with us, we are aware and we learn on the mistakes of all the previous apps and on the stories and what happens, so that we making sure we incorporating that, and it's a safe place for everybody.
That's wonderful.
Mm.
So is there anything that's on your wish list that you'd like to see going forward in regards to Web3, AI?
Yeah,
Uh,
AI to slow down. I think I'm very tech savvy, but like to get caught up with the old news, what's going on. And I'm like, damn, I haven't even tried that one up yet. It's like on the list of 20, and there is another 20 I want to try and, maybe incorporate in my life and get used to it. But it's just been going a little bit too fast, I think.
mhm.
And everything that's going on with Sam Altman and OpenAI right now, it shows us that even people that are building it, they're very concerned about where it's going. And Elon Musk, signing petition on it's to slow down to regulate the healthiness on it to make sure that it doesn't spread in a way that is we all wish not to. So yeah, that will be my wish.
And how do people connect with you or contact you? And anything you want to share that I didn't think to ask?
Yeah. You know, I would like to share this before I will share where to connect with us. It's that, when Airbnb, do we all know Airbnb, right?
Mhm.
When Airbnb before it came to the market, you never thought that you can leave to vacation and monetize your apartment,
That's true.
right? When Airbnb came in, they opened up this opportunity and you're like, oh, I can monetize this
Mhm.
apartment and do short-term rentals. So then I don't have to, I can go there myself on the weekend. And then with Cheelee, we're coming into that space of social media and showing you the opportunity that you can monetize your time. You don't have to waste your time. And you can connect with us on Cheelee.io, which is Cheelee spelled with Cheelee. So it's EE, Cheelee.
Mm. Okay.
.io. And you can find me always on Twitter. It's Viktoriia Miracle. You DM me, feel free to ask any questions and give us feedback on the app, always welcome. And yeah, on the other networks, Viktoriia Miracle, as well as Cheelee Tweet, Cheelee Global. Mm.
So this is exciting, and I'm going to be wanting to have you back as you explore and continue to grow with Cheelee. And I'm sure you have your hands in some other areas that I'm going to be very curious about as we go forward in Web3. So with that said, this is Viktoriia Miracle, and welcome to Pivoting to Web3 podcast. And we look forward to sharing and serving with you in the future. Take care, have a good day, and good night.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Pivoting to Web3 at pivotingtoweb3.com. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so that it gets to you with every episode that comes out. We have lots of great opportunities, limitations, and downward spirals being revealed by our guests. And thank you in advance for all your reviews and comments. I appreciate you so much. I look forward to serving you in the next week's episode.